Good morning, good morning. We are at the Love's truck stop in Ely, Nevada. Another beautiful day in the neighborhood. What is the temperature? Right about 55 balmy degrees. We just cleared off the suicidals. Came in last night. Shut down around midnight. Mountain time. I don't know if we're Pacific time yet. We could be. Not worry about it because we will be Pacific time. We are going to go on the loneliest highway in the U.S. Highway 50. I'll wait for the school bus. Oh, there's that burrito place. You know what? That sounds good. Let's go do it. You think they're open? I think it's called Roberto's, something like that. Got a nice cup of coffee. To start us on our journey. There's the post office and that little building right there with the white back wall and the red side across from McDonald's is the burrito place. I'm gonna swing in there real quick, grab a burrito. I was gonna wait and go down the road and then just pull over and make me a burrito, but I don't know, I'll have to shut down sooner than I want to. Anyway, be right back. Okay, that was pretty quick. This is a big burrito. I hope come on buddy, you can make it. This guy in his motorhome. He's waiting for me to get out of the way. I could make that turn with this semi. Oh well, not everybody can drive the big rigs. That's not even a big rig, but it's bigger than your car or truck. Anyway, this is a big burrito. Dang, I forgot. I hope I didn't forget. I hope they're good. I mean, look at this thing. It's huge. When I say I hope I remember, I mean, I've gotten some places a burrito and it's 90% potato. And you pay like $8 for it. Talk about a ripoff. I ain't having that. Homie, don't play that. What a beautiful, gorgeous, clear day today. We're headed into fecal matter, San Francisco. It's a big dip. I don't weigh too much. I was caving on the sidewall. We're actually headed to Brisbane. No, not Australia. However, that'd be cool. Brisbane CA. It's over there on the... We got to cross the bridges to get over the bay to get to Brisbane. Kind of over there by Fake Book. I got booted off Fake Book again. I was off for, what was it, 15? I was off for like 7 days, and I click on something, I forget that I was banned, and it's something I posted. It doesn't conform to the way we see things. You have to see the way we see it, or we will ban you. So they banned me for a week. Oh, I said something against white people, I think, because of the narrative that was being pushed with the BLM and all that stuff. Anyway, they booted me, and then I remember clicking on and it told me a day, and it was like a week, and I forgot. So there was like 4 or 5 days. And what day was that? I clicked on it on another one. It said, "We told you, 30-day suspension." Jeez, okay. So I got a 30-day suspension, and then my daughter said, "Post something that." Post a word or two that will remind me of who you are, just by the words. I think I said cracker. And then the donkey mule ass, and then cracker, and then boom, 30-day suspension. I was on there for a half an hour. I'm like, you guys are pathetic. I don't even miss it. I don't even use it that much anyway. They keep booting me off. Go ahead, man. I thought this was America where you could say and do things. It wasn't hurting anybody. I bet if I had, my skin was a lot darker, I could say that and get away with it. But because it's not, I can't. I have to toe the line. Anyway, so yeah, we'll go down over there, and we got the stainless steel delivered to them. Kitchen furniture. This is old downtown Ely, Nevada. Ely Hotel Bar, Rax Bar and Grill, Club Rio. Oh, looking like they closed. A couple of casinos over here, a big one. Hotel Nevada on the left. Annie's right here on the right, but that looks like it's closed down. Denny's in there, looks like they're open, and then Jailhouse looks like it's open. Yep, it's open. I guess Jailhouse is always open, huh? Good coffee. Well, that's it. I'm going to hit the highway. I'll get some video here and there of the trip. So, see you in a bit. Oh, drift over the side there. Get it back in line. Man, what a gorgeous day out here today. 64, balmy right now. It's Debate Tuesday. Not Taco Tuesday, Debate Tuesday. Gonna have to watch that, I think. One of the guys I work with says he'd make his decision after the debates. I hope they have more than one. But I feel sorry for Biden. I mean, he just keeps making these gaffes. The other day, he said that when he first got into the Senate 180 years ago. I'm thinking, come on, man. You can't live that long. I'd have to make him 200 years old, right? If he got in there at 20. The gorgeous Highway 50. And this truck, when you set the cruise control, if you don't put it into engine brake mode, in other words, position 1, 2, or 3, and you put the cruise control on and it's in position A, which is sort of off. Well, let me see what it says. No, A is automatic engine brake. And then 1 is, there's off, and then A, which is automatic engine brake. And then you have 1, 2, 3. Those are the positions of the steering column Jake brake controller. And if you have it in A or off and have the cruise control on, this truck constantly goes into Mexican overdrive. And you set the speed like 65, is it state trooper? Yeah. Waving to me, I wave back. When you set the speed at 65 or 70, whatever you can do, speed limit out here, I think it's 65. Some of the interstates are 75, but anyway, it'll cruise along to at that speed, but then if it goes, I wonder if I see there's a parking space right there. That's something that I would use. I think I have it marked in my maps. So when I come through here at night and I have to shut down, I've already got all these spots marked out, so I can maximize my Obama clock. But anyway, with this Volvo automatic, you set the cruise control and you're cruising along. Let's say you're doing 70, and it goes to 71. Well, it shuts off, and then the speed starts dropping. It'll go all the way to 65 before it re-engages again and goes back up to 70. And then if it drops a little bit, it'll go back down to 65 before it turns back on again. It's kind of a pain in the butt, you know. It's their way of saving fuel. I don't see how it really works if you're then revving the engine back up to get back up to 70. If you just stayed steady, you know the old saying, slow and steady, like the rabbit in the hare, you know. I mean, this thing likes to keep on going into neutral. Well, Mexican overdrive. Oh, and I just gave it away. Anyway, there's a herd immunity right there to the left. What did one cow say to the other cow? Whoa! So my son's dog killed his neighbor's chickens, and he's replacing them. Bella, it's like a Siberian Husky. I told him, man, that must have left a foul taste in her mouth. He just looked at me and says, geez, dude. Dad jokes, you can't beat them. The clock on the wall says 11:24. Doesn't hit military time until 1 o'clock, 1300. Yeah, I think I'm gonna buy myself a Jeep, probably like a Jeep XJ, 1990 to 2000, somewhere in that year. Just to have something, like I can't go off-roading, of course, in the V. I don't even like getting stuck on dirt roads with that car. I don't take it on dirt roads. I did take it on the trough road, but they use like mag chloride. It's a 27-mile stretch between Highway 131 State Bridge to Highway 9. Just comes out just south of Kremling, Colorado. It's Grand County Road 1 cruises along the Colorado River, but they blade it all a lot, and they throw mag chloride, keeps the dust down, packs it. So I have taken it on that road, and I do in the snow on snowpack. Don't really want to do it with powder. That's the thing. The tires are so wide that you get any kind of fresh powder, it wants to float up, even though the car weighs 4,100 pounds. So I've been thinking about getting a truck, and then I watched this Matt's Off-Road Recovery where he tows out motorhomes in the sand over there by St. George, Utah, in Hurricane, Utah. That's how they pronounce it, I reckon. With his little four-door Jeep XJ. I don't remember what year it is. 6-cylinder, big old fat 35 tires on it. That's the air in and out. You run low air pressure in that soft quicksand. And he's there with a motorhome, and his Matt's Off-Road Recovery, and he's like, he has a YouTube channel. They comes up there in his little Jeep, and they're like, "Are you just the inspector? We're waiting for a big truck to pull his motorhome out." And he's like, "I got you. I'm the one you called. Well, you're bringing the truck, right? Well, you're not going to pull it out with that Jeep." What the heck I got rolling around back there? A bottle of water? Anyway, he uses a rope called a Yankum rope. Yankum. It's like a elastic rope. And he pulls these motorhomes, big motorhomes, out with his little Jeep. People are just amazed. And what he'll do is he'll get the rope tight and then back up towards the motorhome and then hit the throttle and wham, and he jerks it. And then they come out. Eventually, you see all four of his tires spinning, and those things have a tendency to run hot, so he cut two oval holes in his hood and then put vents in it. The vents came off something, I forget what it was, but I was looking at that Jeep and I'm like, it'd be kind of neat to have a little Jeep like that. You go out four-wheeling, get the right stuff. I get to some more different fishing grounds with it. I'm limited to using the V. But just like if I have to go home to get my mail or a doctor's appointment up in Grand Lake, and I know it's going to be snowing, then I'm not solely committed to the V, which can be, I don't mind telling you, quite a handful in the snow. It can be done, and it is done, and I've done it. It's just, you know, it requires my 100% attention 100% of the time. Not that that's a bad thing, but you just always have to be on top of it. You can't mess around at all, or you'll lose it. So I'm thinking I might just do that, buy a Jeep in, you know, $4,000 to $7,000 range, and just keep it and have it for right now. Right now I'm using my old caddy to go back and forth to the storage unit where the V is stored. But I gave that to my son Jacob, and he gets out of the military in the 8th. Flew through there, passed all his tests. Did an excellent job. Super proud of him. And he is going to need that car. So I'm going to be stuck back to the scooter, which I had no problem doing. I still wouldn't have a problem doing. But it's been nice to just be able to, when I come in off the highway and I want to run up to the store, just hop in the car and go. A lot of times I've taken this, put it in PC mode, run over there, but it's kind of a pain to take this. You know, so I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do. And we found a real nice one, unmolested. And me and my son were talking about it, my oldest son, Nate, and we're like, well, there's one right there. It's a virgin. And then I go and tear into it, do this. He's like, why would you do that? If you're going to do that, get one that's already been torn into. In other words, lifting it, cutting the fenders, doing all kinds of stuff to make it look like a rock crawler or big time four-wheel drive. And I was like, yeah. He goes, everybody does that. So you found a virgin one right here. Just leave it that way. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? That's actually not bad. Because everybody changes them. So the more people change them, the less and less virgin cars there's going to be. So if you have a real nice, clean virgin one, I think it'll be worth some bucks. I don't know. The way I look at it is I get the notion to do something, and then it happens as it happens. You know, it's the same thing when I bought the V. I wanted one and kept plugging along until finally, boom, there was the one, and that was it, and that's how it happened, and now I got it. So I'll do the same thing with the Jeep. Just keep looking until I find the right one. It'll find me, I guess. That's how I look at it. Just a few suicidal insects offing themselves on the windshield. "37 miles to Eureka, Fallon 218, Reno 277, with a few bullet holes in that sign. You know, growing up out west in the U.S., my whole life I've seen bullet holes in signs. It's kind of funny, some of my viewers in England and Australia just, you know, they can't believe that happens, but yep, it sure does. Out here in the wild, wild west. So I hope you all vote the way you want to vote. But when you vote the way you want to vote, I hope you do it by being educated and not just by voting your feelings. Vote with your brain, do the research, study, look into everything. I made my kids register to vote. My daughter Marilyn's like, well, I registered. I'm like, good. She goes, I'm voting for Biden. I'm like, okay. Little Antelope Summit, 7438. I'm like, that's good. Did you study and look and see all that, look into everything before you cast your vote? If not, make sure you do that. And then she told me, no, I'm just joking. Well, you vote the way you vote. You vote what you want. You vote how you feel. But at least do it intelligently by studying. When I go to vote, I get their pamphlet and I read all the different bills the state wants to pass. And I want to know what they're talking about so I can vote for or against it. So I read it for a good week or two before. I never knew Highway 50, the loneliest highway in the U.S., could be so windy. When all the pictures you look of it, like when you look up that on Google Maps, not Google Maps, but you can still do it Google Maps, but you look it up in Google search, all the pictures are long, straight highways. Which will capture a few of those. They're 34 mile per hour. I don't even know what speed limit is. I just do what I go by feeling. Now, if I was in the V, can't really say it, but I think you know what I'd be doing. That car would literally take these at double the speed. Easily. That's another thing with the Jeep versus the V. The V is like, let's go to Vegas. Let's go. Boom. And let's go to the track. Boom. Hit the mountain passes. Boom. Oh, let's go to Moab. Well, we can go to Moab, but that's it. Ain't going anywhere else than downtown. But now you take the Jeep, you go to Moab, and let's go off-road. Yeehaw. There's one of them long, straight, open roads. Oh, it is 70 mile per hour. Didn't even know. That was 65. What's cool about this highway is you come up on people like this camper up ahead of us. And granted, this is a 2-lane highway. No real need for passing lanes, even though I think there might be a few here and there, but there's no real need. You just wait until you can see, and then you can pass. Like the 287 going from Lyman, Colorado to like Amarillo, Texas, or even Boise City, Oklahoma. They are starting to widen a few spots, but it's more down towards the Oklahoma border. A beautiful hot concrete highway, nice and smooth, beautiful highway, but no passing lanes at all. And you get those clown truck drivers who are governed really low, it's 57, 60 miles an hour, and they go through town, they go 5 over the speed limit. So you really have to break the law if you want to get around them, because they don't care. And almost like they do it on purpose. Ridiculous. But anyway, I don't take that highway much anymore. I'll do 87 coming from Amarillo to Raton, New Mexico. But that highway is really busy, and there's not a lot of wide open straight areas where you can see forever, plus being busy. So you don't get the chance to make, get stuck behind people. Out here, just be patient, it'll come along, and then you can pass. We got a truck that's been behind us ever since we left Ely. Kind of gets stretched out a bit, and then he catches back up. Kind of like a yankum rope. Looks like we got 3 vehicles ahead of us. 2 campers and probably an SUV. Yeah, it looks like there's a truck way up there. It'd be nice if I never catch up to them, but I usually do. And that's just doing the speed limit. A few gravity assisted Mexican overdrives. There's a long, nice straight stretch. So you can count the vehicles. I see the truck way up there, another one below. I think it's in the other lane. And then the guy in front of us, and 2 in front of him, and then 1 at the left. So we got 2 oncoming and 4 going. Which is actually kind of busy for this highway. Now that I look at it, that truck went up and made a left. I don't know if it's a truck or if it's 2 motorhomes, but there's definitely 2 of them. So there's 5 people in front of us, 6 with 1 coming, I think. We'll see. Yep, here he is right here. That's what you call reading the highway. A lot of people just look forward, and looks like that SUV is taking over that camper up there. People just look forward and don't pay no attention to their surroundings. And as a pro driver, I'm always looking at the highway and the people who are around me. Anyway, we'll see you in Eureka. It's a cool old town. We've done it before. Well, let's do it again. See you in a bit. Eureka. Elevation 6481. It's higher than Denver, but lower than Grand Lake. almost 2,000 feet below Grand Lake. Welcome to Eureka, Nevada, friendliest town on the loneliest highway. Bring her down, clown. Mining town. An old mining town. General store there to the left. There's an old opera house that's still, I think, functioning. There was a television back in the day. That's off to the right here. These are some really old buildings. Opera house. There's a courthouse there to the left. You could say this is our Eureka moment. Five under speed limit. Gorgeous, gorgeous day. 68 degrees now. About 70 miles to Austin. Not Texas. Austin, Nevada. Mine is to our left over here. I believe they do gold now. Probably gold and silver. Supermarket and a hardware store all in one. Sign says stay healthy. You can do all you want, but if you catch a bug, you catch a bug. I like how they never talk about how survivable COVID is. It's just like a nasty form of the flu. If you have underlying issues, you can probably get taken out. But I went through this whole thing traveling all over the place, doing what I normally do. I got a flu shot last year and the year before. My doctor was asking me, "Are you going to get a flu shot?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Never really do." State trooper, state trooper, state trooper. It's quite a bit. I was coming down that hill and went into Mexican overdrive a bit. I looked down, I'm doing a little over 70. I'm like, oh. I was going to let it just roll out, but I saw those guys. Technically, it doesn't go to 70 until just right there. I was still in the 65 zone. Sort of looks like another trooper, but it's not. It's a Saturn. This will probably be a Venus. Oh, cataract. I don't like it when I come up on the side of people like this, especially truckers. They'll just pull right out. They don't care. You know, you sit there and look in your mirror, you can see there's one car behind me a ways back. After that, there's nobody. And a lot of four-wheelers and truckers, they go hard left and then hard right and then give it gas. Instead of getting a rolling start and merging over. Anyway, see you in a bit. Es un hermoso día. It's a beautiful day. No tormenta aquí, no storms here. Setenta dos, 72 degrees, balmy. Caliente. Actually, what 72 is perfect. And tormented by the suicidals. It's a waterfall. You've got all the power in the world. Why don't you just get it like moved over quick? Perfect day for a ride. I cruise like this for hours. This is my kind of highway. Compared to traffic. Traffic! Another one of my parking spaces right there. All my parking spaces have enough room for a semi and 4 Jeep. The ones that don't have any internet, I didn't mark. If I was really serious about maximizing my time, I would put those in there too. The only difference being, I wouldn't have any internet, and I'm addicted. So I would stop myself 12 minutes short if I had to. Or go 1 or 2 minutes over. Next town is Austin. See you there in a minute. The top of the summit hill right here above Austin. Somebody wrecked right here. There's Austin right there. Well, there sure is a lot of people on this highway today. Brake check. If we were heavy, we wouldn't be able to flow as easily as we are. Brake check. Go down that hill, see if your brakes work. 30-minute delay possible. Get a half-hour break in, huh? It's 25, not 19. Those cars just left, and so the other guys went through, so I have a feeling we're going to be stopped. I don't think for very long. $1,000 for that truck. Two-wheel drive. The old Gridley store. Bert T. Gandolfo Park. Put the brakes on. I won't make you wait. So she just gave the hand signal. I'm assuming 7 minutes. Let's see. Okay, it wasn't 7 minutes. It was like 10, but not bad. Bump ahead. Can I just get a bump? Right there, that Jeep right there, that's what I'm looking at. Not that one, but something like that. Just to go up the mountains and get some fishing. In the wintertime. Summertime she'll park, unless I'm out four-wheeling. I'll still drive the V in the winter, but not all the time, of course. If I have a Jeep. What do we got going here? This guy coming up on our traffic lane. Looks like they're redoing the whole sidewalks and edges and everything. Curb and gutter. Curb your enthusiasm there, boys. Austin, Nevada. $18.69. That building to the left. Yeah, they're improving the area. Be better though if they had wooden sidewalks. There's a few wooden sidewalks in here, but I wonder what they do at night time. Like when it's dark. Do they have like stoplight? Portable stoplight poles? Oh, Champs is getting a new facelift. It says 35, but I think it's still 25. I hope these motorcycles go north, or at least do the speed limit. Sometimes they just like sightsee and just like hang out in your way. Sometimes. Austin roping area. Okay, you guys go ahead and make your right turn. Oh. Well, then at least move it along, little doggy. Passing right through the cemetery. Be kind of neat to go through there and see all the really old ones. Well, I think that'll end it for this little video. I think it's pretty long enough. Not sure exactly how long, but I'm sure it's getting there. See what I mean? It's 70. We're doing 64. See, they just hang there. I was afraid of that. Anyway, with that being said, thanks again for riding shotgun on Highway 50, the loneliest highway in the U.S. with your host, Mountain Man Mike. On the straight and narrow. Till the next time, enjoy. Peace. See ya.